Welcome into the era of AI. Hello and welcome. In this video, I'll introduce you to the Canva background eraser. Now, inside of Canva, of course, there's the Canva BG remover, which is a pro feature that helps you remove backgrounds off of images. But there's also another alternative, which is the background eraser. To give you an example, here is an image before and after. And of course, you have the capability to download the image with the background after you remove the background or with a transparent background in case, for example, you'd like to implement that image on a presentation or a video, whatever it is you might be doing. You might be thinking to yourself, this is too good to be true. Is it possible that Canva allows people to use the background remover feature for free, the so praised background remover, which basically people only buy the Canva Pro version for the most part because they like to use the BG remover option? Why would they offer it for free? Now, the question or the answer is, yes, it is for free, but the results it gives is not really the same level as the Pro option. It is a great feature because it gives you access to remove a background. But for example, here, if you're looking at this lion, it has removed the background, but kept a lot of the grass. And also the shape of the lion looks pretty awful. It doesn't look really good. And if you implement this in a different background, it's not going to look as great. And here is the other background or pro background remover option, which basically removes the background in a very smooth way. And you can also always check the difference. So here's the free version, here's the pro version, and you be the judge. And so right now, and without further ado, let's actually go ahead and get right into it. But of course, let me tell you, this option to remove the background is better than nothing, right? So let's go ahead and implement this. So here we are inside of Canva. We're going to start with going to the apps. And basically, all you need to search for is background eraser. Once you do that, click the particular background eraser, in which case you will be prompted to choose a file. I'm going to choose a file of the lady. So here we go. And I'm going to click remove the background, in which case what it's going to do is going to remove the background off of the image and is going to give me the new image with no background, in which case I could now use this image on a thumbnail, or you could use it and add a completely different background. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do. So for example, here, I can go and click the background, change the color to something else, maybe like a gradient yellow. And I could take this image right here and I could actually come and increase the size of it. And the beautiful thing about when you remove backgrounds off of images is that you can actually click edit this image here, and now it acts as one image separate, and you can use the shadows option. I'm pretty sure you've seen this effect, and I can go and decrease the blur, increase the intensity, and decrease the size, and probably select a different color for the blur, maybe like a green color, just to show you how beautiful this option is. And you can see that right now what we have is a beautiful image. And of course, I can crop from here, and that's not going to affect anything. And you can add your text or whatever it is you might want to add. You can also come to design and check for some templates maybe that you want to get some inspirations from. So for example, here, I could use this template and maybe something else, maybe this, and say that your video is about earning money. Well, you can just eliminate everything from this background and only keep the text if you're interested with it. And you can just eliminate this, eliminate that. And you can just come over here, click on Control C by selecting everything, and then coming back over here, clicking Control V. And now you have a pretty good thumbnail designed in a very fast amount of time. And you can, of course, change these colors to whatever colors you see fit. Just that, make sure you do the right editing on those particular elements, right? For instance, here, I think I have a shape here. So let me just, no, this is not a shape, it's a fill option. So I can just come over here, for example, use the same color used for money. And probably if you want as well, you could increase the size of this. And of course, let me tell you something, this is better than nothing. The background removal in this option was not very smooth because, for instance, if we actually were to zoom in, you will be able to see some things that are not cool. So for instance here, notice here at this area, it kept the background from the prior image, right? It doesn't appear if people are looking from afar, but to the expert designer like myself, I can see those little details, and I can also scroll to this to see some other details. But generally speaking, I see only this. But with images of people, generally speaking, the background eraser does pretty well, right? It doesn't do really well when it comes to images where there's some objects. So let me give you an example. If I actually were to remove all of these pages and go, for example, look for, let's just say, man using laptop, and then there's a bunch of pictures of a man using laptop, people using laptops in general. Say, for example, you want to click this one. If I were to now, let's just say, download this image, let me just download it as man using laptop. This is a perfect picture to show you the difference between the pro background removal option and the free background removal option, because many people would still consider that it's not really worth it to go with the pro version. Now, let me go to apps. And again, I'm not promoting anything to you. So just so you know. Now I'm going to click on the search Canva apps here, and all I'm going to do is search for the background eraser option. There we go. So if I search, I'll find, so there's the background removal option. I could click this image and remove it and choose the file. You have to choose it from your computer, so you have to have it somewhere downloaded on your computer so that you can be able to use it. All right, so in this case, I'm going to click on the remove background option, in which case this is going to basically remove the background. But notice that there's going to be a couple of errors because there's a desktop, there's a laptop, there are a couple of elements in the back. And like I said, this is the perfect demonstration. So notice what happens is that it tried its best, but it was not really great. So it's pretty good, but it was not great because it kept a lot of the things, for instance, these, and it doesn't offer you a way to actually remove them manually or get back some of the details. On the other side, if, for example, you go to elements and now let's just pick this picture again and I'll set the image to the background and I'll go and edit the image. Second thing is the background remover, the pro version, you have access to it from the Magic Studio directly, and you don't have to download your image. You can use an image in design and click the BG remover, and like I said, it gives you more customization. So see now, it looks really perfect. It has isolated everything, kept the guy with his laptop, and it's pretty smart, much smarter than this one. Plus, it gives you customization options. Like I said, if you click edit image again, you can click here to go inside of the BG remover. And if, for example, you want to, let's just say, remove a certain thing, you can just go ahead here and play with the brush size and go and remove it. So for example, I can remove the, let's just say I can make this transparent. I can make the laptop transparent, or you can restore by restoring what was removed. And here's a funny thing we can do here. So for instance, I can go and click erase, can increase the brush size, and in the middle of this laptop, I can put a hole, and you can see that there is a hole there, and I can go back. Now, my bad, because it didn't save it. So I'll have to go back here and save the change. There it is. Okay, so now this is good. Okay, finally. And then I'm going to go to elements. And for example, I can go and look for an office or a library instead of office, library. So you can create an entirely different design based off of this image. So I can take a library, like for instance, maybe this one. And now I can take this library back here and actually place it in the background. I think this one is pretty dark. The picture looks light, so I'm going to pick something like this. And if I were to actually go, now let me detach this image from the background. I will make this the background. And then I will take this picture of the guy with his laptop, I'll actually scale it. I'll scale it until it takes the full size. And of course, I need to, just up it a little bit like this. And now I'm making it seem like he's actually sitting here. And plus his laptop has a hole, right? That could be some interesting effect to achieve. And of course, I can flip the image to the other side to make it look more believable, making it seem like he's actually sitting there. And so The level of customization that this option offers is pretty good for certain images, especially images where there's not a lot of things going on. But when you have an image of high complexity, it doesn't do well. That's why it was, after I checked, I figured why Canva would let that feature out there. But of course, like I said, it is better than nothing. Stay tuned, and I will see you in the next video.